all emotions fall within one of two categories: love and fear. Chapter 8. Your emotions. Now may be a good time for me to clarify my bombshell suggestion that all emotions fall within one of two categories, and yes, you've guessed it, the categories are love and fear. On initial inspection, you may find yourself looking for a third or fourth category, but eventually you will accept that this is the truth. To explain more fully, please take a moment to concentrate on a selection of emotional states you most often find yourself in. You could include happiness, sadness, anger, gratitude, joy, envy, or jealousy. Now allow yourself to feel these words. For example, the word happiness. Close your eyes and allow your body to respond to the word happiness. Maybe you begin to smile. Perhaps you imagine something or someone who makes you feel happy. A particular memory may come to the forefront of your awareness. Whatever the response, it will have been either a positive or a negative experience, an enjoyable experience or an unenjoyable experience. Please carry out this exercise with each word I have previously offered: happiness, sadness, anger, gratitude, joy, envy, and jealousy. I want you to place a positive or negative symbol against each word according to how it makes you feel. A positive symbol for a good feeling and a negative symbol for a not so good feeling. If you carry out this exercise to its full extent, you will soon have a list of words, each with a positive or a negative symbol. Now, plainly and simply, you can begin categorizing the words created from love, the love-based emotions, as they are partnered with a positive symbol. The words partnered with a negative symbol are all fear-based emotions. They are created from fear, and they do not offer an enjoyable experience. This may feel confusing, or you may want to disagree with it. So now is an ideal time for me to use my example to its full potential. The feeling that you may have at this moment is fear-based, as it is not an enjoyable experience for you. You may want to throw this book down, as these ideas and suggestions may be far too childish for your particular level of education or consciousness. So go ahead, you can make that choice. But the fact that you feel this way is why I suggest you keep reading. What you are feeling right now, my friend, is fear. Fear that everything you ever thought you knew was not the truth. Fear that you must apply this new learning to the rest of your life. Fear that you are wasting your time reading this ridiculous book and are upset that you chose to spend your hard-earned money investing in it. A fear which at its deepest level is the fear of not being loved. Am I right? Of course I am. So let's continue. Each human being has been created with an innate fear of not being loved. Although they have been made from love, they have also been designed with the bird as part of their experience. See how paradoxical this is. The human being was born with an understanding of this book's two options, but this irony will only be noticed if given attention. It is easy to relate to the truth that everything that feels good and positive is a love-based emotion, but it may be more of a challenge to tell this truth to the not so good feeling emotions. The truth that all negative emotions that do not feel good are fear-based and are based on an innate fear of not being loved. The most straightforward way that I can offer this truth to you is by explaining that the bird will only ever offer you the fear that you are not loved. It has to provide you with this ideal, as it is the opposite of love. At their most profound level, all the not so good emotions you have chosen a negative sign for will offer you the fear that you are unloved. The bird offers only an unmet need that it knows it can never satisfy, the need for love. This is another reason why this part of you is so fearful, because it knows that it can never offer you what you need. It will go about feeding you its internal dialogue of fear in the hope that you will remain its student and that it will remain your teacher. I will provide you some examples of how fear can appear in your life further on in this book. But right now, I want you to begin to understand what fear is. Fear is the emotion that you feel when you do not feel love. Fear is the absence of love. This is the very reason why fear can be extinguished by offering love. When you choose to show love to yourself and love to all of those around you, fear cannot exist in the same space. If love is offered, then fear cannot exist. These two energies cannot reside in the state of the self simultaneously. I could go on forever, providing various life scenarios to explain this truth. But a more beneficial way for you to begin to understand this is to apply it to your own life. After reading this, you can return to this chapter every time you experience an emotion, and soon enough, my words will become clear. The constant teaching within this book will always come back to the simple truth that all of your emotions are created from either love or fear. That love is the energy of the bringer or the higher self, and that fear is the energy of the bird or the ego. You have a choice over which of these energies, these conscious states you behave from. And once you have grasped the basis of this teaching, your life will begin to look very different.